Namaste, my dear friends, my dear gods, and my dear masters. Today, yet another beautiful day, yet another great opportunity for this human body and soul to gather more experiences and growth. In our Alpha concept today, we are going to look at one of the most beautiful laws, that is law of non-attachment. Previously, we saw law of attachment, but this is law of non-attachment. The moment we say non-attachment, people think we don't have care, we don't have compassion towards others. It's not about not having lack of care or compassion. It is about understanding the relationship with the material possessions. When we are too much attached, then the fear of loss will get into our head. That will damage, destroy our inner peace. Life has to be enjoyed without overly attached to three things. First, the outcomes, that is a result. Second is people. Third, any objects. What are outcomes? We all have goals, short goal, mid-size goals, very long-term goals. Outcomes are nothing but the results. If you are overly attached to the result, you will not focus on the process. You will not focus on the habits. You will never focus on the step by step you take to achieve the goal. If we focus on the steps, we will be succeeded. But what we do is we get too much attached to the outcome before and even after. What our soul actually needs is freedom. We need freedom. We always want freedom. When we ask for freedom, it will be given if you live and respect non-attachments. We have to be in the world. We have to be with everybody. But we should not allow those things to consume us. There's a famous and very popular example of water droplet on the lotus leaves. When I first saw mercury in my chemistry laboratory in my 12th class, I was very much surprised because it just moves everywhere without getting sticky or attached anywhere. It just moves in whichever object you keep, in any container you keep. That is how our lives has to be. If we balance both physical life and spiritual life, if you want to balance well, non-attachment helps a lot. The great thing is, we will lower down our expectations a lot if you are non-attached, if you follow the law of non-attachment. We must expect but little. And our expectations also has to be flexible, not fixed. Then we get a lot of possibilities. We have to be flexible. If you hold anything very light, it is easy to leave. But if you hold anything very tight, it is very hard to leave, my dear friends. You plan something, but your soul wants something, the divine plans something. The plan gets revealed as and when the life progress. So a person who is not too much attached to anything, he will have very less expectation and he is flexible and open for all the possibilities and experiences. Because any attachment at any level will give you suffering. And remember, change is the only constant. If it is there, okay. If it is not there, okay. If I get, okay. If I don't get, okay. If I see, okay. If I don't see, okay. If I talk, okay. If I don't talk, okay. Anything and everything is okay because we just wait for that opportunity. If we don't get, we move on to the next opportunity because we don't have attachment. Somebody scolds you something, you carry that in the head for many years because you don't follow law of non-attachment. We create that reality. It's not them. If you have fear, you will be too much attached to a person, to a place or a thing. If we have attachment, if we don't follow law of non-attachment, the happiness is gone for stake. The inner is always at peace and happy when there is no attachment, when you follow non-attachment. If I get an experience, I share. I don't keep it to myself. If I get a knowledge, I share. If I get anything, I always share because I'm not attached to it. Most of the times, people around us create fear. They instill fear. And then you get attached to that fear of loss or fear of something is going to happen. And then you are attached to it. Our focus has to be on the inner self. We must always gather strength from the inner. And when you remember that I am a soul experiencing human life, the law of non-attachment perfectly works. Because the attachment is something related to the mind. Mind is something related to the body, but soul is not the body. And when you keep chanting, when you keep repeating that I am not this body, I am the soul, then there is no body, then there is no mind, then there is no attachment. Having desires is not wrong. Craving for something is not wrong. Trying for something is not wrong. But suffering is not right. Somebody tries something very hard for many years. But if he is enjoying the process, no problem. But if he is suffering, then he has to introspect in the process of finding something, in the process of discovering something, why there is suffering. Whenever there is suffering, it means he's not following the law of attachment, law of non-attachment. Regardless of your external circumstances, whatever it is, it will help us to remain composed and content. We will have a very positive life. And whoever says whatever it is, we will just move on. We will start living for ourselves, not to the expectations of others. Anybody's words, deeds, thoughts will not affect because we are not attached. We follow non-attachment. When there is no stress, when there is no anxiety, we will enjoy life. People want abundance. If you want abundance, you must release attachments. You must empty your vessel. You must be open to all the opportunities the universe gives. We quickly will be able to adapt to anything. We plan something, but if there is a change, we quickly adapt. We are okay with everything. That is law of non-attachment. Some people plan it very, very strong here, and even the slightest change that happens, their mind won't accept. They keep struggling. No, this is not how I planned. This should be this should be that. But the nature, the life is giving you another opportunity, opening a big door. But what are we doing? We have fixed our mind to something and we want that to exactly happen that way. We suffer. Maybe life wants to give you 2, 3 more steps to reach you there. But we want to make a huge leap. If you want an enriching life, we must get detached from the material world illusions. Let me give you a story. There are 2 friends, Arjun and Ram. Both stay in one of the most beautiful serene lands. Both are well educated. Both have good wealth. But Ram is connected more with the nature. He always builds his own house. He makes a small hut with wood, and he is living there happily with a very simplistic life. Arjun, on the other side, he has built a very big mansion. He's bought a lot of cars, very expensive paintings, so much of wealth. But Ram goes to sleep very happily every day because he lives in a very small hut and his life is very simple. Arjun used to sleep very well, but the more the material possession he started to acquire, his fear of losing those things increased. The attachment towards all the physical, material world things has increased. He lost peace. He lost sleep. One fine day, there was a big storm and the dam got broken. It washed away everything from everybody. Devastated. Arjun got devastated. All his earnings, all his life works, everything got destroyed. He went to Ram to see how he is and what is he doing. Ram's house also got devastated. But he see, Ram is not devastated. He is balanced, he is happy. So Arjun asked Ram, lost your house, are you not sad? Ram tells him, hey, yes, there is a small setback, but it's okay. It's a small house, I can rebuild. But Arjun says, I have lost everything. The quicker you adapt to the reality without thinking what happened in the past, the more peaceful you are, you start moving forward. That is what Ram told Arjun. I don't have much to lose. I have a very small house and I am not much attached to the external things. So I can quickly rebuild and I'll start my life. Listening to this, Arjun went back. With this great knowledge, Arjun started living his life. Later, he pursued so many things, but he was not attached to anything. Rather, he did not allow his inner happiness to be depending on the materialistic things. A very small story, but with the story, we understand every law better. Thank you, my dear friends.